Your continued support of the CoinSeries channel is much appreciated. Request from viewer is, who is your favorite CEO and who is the best coin for you? You can also comment your opinion. Thank you to all the subscribers of our CoinSeries. Who came to our channel CoinSeries? You will always be info with the latest CoinSeries news. Number 1, CEO Brad Garlinghouse XRP and Ripple. Number 2, CEO Grayscale SEC. Number 3, CEO JP Morgan Bitcoin. Number 4, CEO Brian Armstrong Coinbase. Please like my video and subscribe my channel. Right now, Bitcoin is down about 3.3% and Ethereum is down about 2%, with a price of $3,466. It should come as no surprise that XRP isn't one to ignore a good decline. At 55 cents, a 3% daily decline, everyone is wondering if this is just a normal correction. But if I tell you, would it just make things worse for us? Fortune telling is not something I do. If any unforeseen issues emerge in the banking sector, the commercial real estate market, or any other area during this first quarter of the year, I will be very vigilant. For the time being, the cryptocurrency market may take a drop. However, when April arrives, investors will want to get a jump on the halvening event. Interest rates were high at the start of the year and may start to decline. Other than that, I am unsure. The level is still quite high. Uncertainty seems to be pervasive. Unfortunately, the majority of people have been the targets of more abuse than they would want to admit. Furthermore, we might be under a bit of pressure at the start of the year. Some have even gone so far as to say that we are currently seeing an uptrend and that the bull run has started. Maybe it will start if you look at the big picture, but polka dots won't set you back more than $7.55. XRP Cardano pricing is relatively low. Atom along with $20. We should probably get this done before we call a runaway bull run. Things are going to become ugly, at least in the not too distant future. However, I'm expecting to get some vital information in the long term, and we're not in a particularly hurry right now. Brad, a response from Garlinghouse was sent to Jamie Dimon of JP Morgan today. You have published articles today that claim a recent interview with Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse on the far-reaching consequences of legalizing a Bitcoin exchange-traded fund. We are going to look into this burger because so many people are saying it's bad or doesn't do anything. I think the exact opposite is true, and we shall explore this idea more. But this is big, says Brad. Furthermore, he addressed the concerns voiced by Jamie Dimon, CEO of JP Morgan, regarding the overall state of the Bitcoin market. But before we dissect Brad's claims here, but if you're a little older than me, you've probably been through something similar before. If you remember the internet, we looked at a lot of these companies. Well, we reasoned, that's simply digital. You can find it on the web. Why is it worth having? Takes me back to when MySpace was sold for $400 million or $500 million. Am I completely out of my mind? It seems like a lot of money for something that is basically just a mental website. Although these web-based enterprises are incredibly valuable, we still have a ways to go before we completely understand their enormity. Nonetheless, it is not without substance. Even if it's only digital, it can still generate value and not be considered a business. Providing it helps make the world a better place. Even though it's virtual, there will be real, substantial impacts. Brad went on to argue that whilst new technologies like crypto may entice bad actors, we shouldn't discount their significant advantages only because there will always be new strategies used by adversaries. So, we won't say we have to get rid of cell phones, email, or anything else that criminals use. They use what may be excellent tools to accomplish evil. Similarly, we run our business with practical tools. He brought up the point that Ripple does not allow anonymous transactions and that the platform exclusively partners with regulated banks. Have faith in my word that doing business anonymously is totally fine. I am not engaging in any illegal activity only because I want privacy. We at Garlinghouse are quite pleased with the SEC's recent decision to allow spot Bitcoin ETFs since we think it's a big step forward for the cryptocurrency industry. On the other hand, The government will surely make the case that we should all have unfettered access to information and that individuals should not be allowed any privacy. Thus, we will once again have to argue over this. This is massive. People in this era don't get rich overnight. They ignore the bigger picture because they can't see it. Stay put and wait. Its massive size will astound you. Its ramifications will be extensive, much like Bitcoin's. ZY Crypto will be our next featured contributor. Title read, Present XRP Ledger to an Asset Manager with $1.6 trillion to invest. Ripple's Chief Tech Officer, David Schwartz, has, in what I think is a funny twist of events, convinced Franklin Templeton of the merits of the XRP ledger, just as the traditional financial behemoth is increasingly rushing to the cryptocurrency sector. Franklin Templeton was the owner of the little mascot with the laser eyes, as I saw. I had no idea I'd be the one to observe that. Franklin Templeton claimed that non-Bitcoin Layer 1 networks, like Ethereum and Solana, have enormous promise, and we are continuing to support, oversee, and develop these networks as they expand and evolve. In response, David Schwartz made the following statement, emphasizing the ability to "Can you tell me about XRP? Its ledger?" Schwartz, a key architect of the project, highlighted the XRP ledger's reliability and longevity as one of its many benefits. This is particularly true when considering the millions of transactions that have been successfully executed over the past decade. He goes on to stress the importance of tokenization and the power of XRP for the conversion of cryptocurrency into fiat currency. Since it is distinct from other blockchains in that it does not depend on proof of work, I believe the XRP ledger to be quite promising. There is no evidence to back it up. In my view, that has many advantages. When compared to Ethereum, Cardano, and Solana, the XRP ledger falls short in some areas, but excels in others and has great potential for growth. Instead of being an add-on piece of software, XRP has a built-in tokenization function and a decentralized exchange. Therefore, I think it will play a role and be a game-changer in the future. A great deal of worry is being generated by such matters. Is XRP going to be an exchange-traded fund? Of course, every major cryptocurrency will have an ETF of its own in due time. More than a decade after its launch, XRP is still among the most actively traded cryptocurrencies on the market. It has even been acknowledged as a commodity by the courts. The release of the XRP shirt is still in the future, but it is not going to happen tomorrow. There may not be enough interest in an XRP ETF at the moment, but we will keep working toward that goal. Ignore the idea of adding 5,000 bozo coins to it. There may be a lot of investment alternatives that your present players have taken advantage of, but your larger players will be able to get traditional financing. Ruffle and other cryptocurrency assets are commodities, not securities, as established in the Ripple court case. On top of that, nobody had ever gone to such extreme measures to get a clear answer from the SEC in a library before. Those were the most enigmatic remarks ever made by the court. This was a blatant deal on the secondary market, Ripple or no Ripple. Personally, I don't think XRP was the starting point for the two most important court cases regarding cryptocurrency. By itself, XRP does not constitute a security. Until Binance and Coinbase are through. In order to find out what the actual crypto transaction laws are, we will look at different exchange-based activities like crypto asset trading and staking. Taking it is easy for everyone. To determine whether cryptocurrencies should be considered a security, the judge in SEC versus Nance is presently hearing arguments on the matter. Digital asset protection, permanence, and staking are matters that will ultimately be decided by the U.S. legal team representing Nance. Once all these topics have been thoroughly studied, important decisions will be made. A split decision would occur if Coinbase were to win and Nance were to lose. Personally, I think this will also attract attention. On the other hand, if the crypto market does as predicted and Nance's Ripple coin platform is born, that, I'm afraid, is all. The status of the two lawsuits is being closely monitored. Because the attorneys on both sides are so competent, I have trust that the court will hear persuasive arguments and render a fair judgment. That is of utmost importance. The bulk of these assets are not securities but commodities, in accordance with the correct legal precedent established by our Ripple case ruling. Since these exchanges manage a large number of assets, we will aim for a verdict that covers more ground in this case, going beyond only Ripple and XRP. Whatever the case may be, it was that set the stage for the current events. Staking and everything else is completely foreign to me. Nobody knows what this last article from Cointelegraph titled Impact of a Bitcoin ETF, Revolutionary Change or Collapsible Dud would reveal. While everyone else is worried that prices will fall, we have our ETF. Maybe it's not important. The cryptoverse finally prevailed after more than 10 years of struggle. Careful consideration should be given to your desires. Everyone saw this negative coming. Despite its seeming insignificance, this failure has us concerned about potential consequences. Will exchange-traded funds, ETFs, be able to attract backers who suffered losses in the previous crypto winter? Everyone seems to agree that these people will never invest in cryptocurrencies again after what happened to them. "Oh, I don't want any of these tech companies" is a sentiment that originated during the dot-com bubble. Burns happened to me previously. In fact, if that value is generally acknowledged, everyone will be holding and investing in tech companies. Those who fail to comply will face harsh consequences. There may be a coin, but that won't stop anyone from investing in space idiocy. If companies like Fidelity and BlackRock's Bitcoin exchange-traded funds, ETFs, fail to attract attention, what then? A lot of people are already talking about this. I expect that Peter will find it annoying after the novelty of FOMO wears off. Because of the hefty costs connected with futures and grayscale products, investors have rebalanced their investments. Nevertheless, there will be a need for such service. First of all, big names in the industry, like BlackRock and Fidelity, are aware of the demand. They wouldn't have put their money into this space if they weren't sure the demand would keep going up, partly because of these kinds of initiatives that have mainstreamed crypto. If that doesn't work, I don't know what to tell you. The only exchange-traded fund, ETF, that's showing any signs of life at the moment is gold. Pay attention, Bitcoin is now the world's second most important commodities ETF, surpassing even silver. It asserts that this is enhancing crypto's reputation, which is a claim I can get behind, and everything is functioning properly. The value of cryptocurrencies as an asset class is starting to sink in for a lot of individuals. Additionally, those tech companies continue to occupy my thoughts. There was a hold-up. But as we achieved more and more, we relaxed, knowing that this is really cutting edge. Things will take off once people figure it out. After it becomes commonplace, we will see the same pattern here. The article concludes with this quote. The ETF is now an easily investable commodity, just like anything else, thanks to the huge barrier that was lifted, yet most people don't understand this. Many people are thinking about opening brokerage accounts to invest. They plan to invest their retirement funds. Their reliable financial advisors include firms like Charles Schwab, JP Morgan, BlackRock, and others. I get that crypto purists are totally against this, but I think it can be a powerful tool in the right hands. One should not constantly keep large sums of money on hand. Your susceptibility to home invasions, robberies, and key loss goes unnoticed by everyone. This happens all the time. Many people will be hesitant to participate unless they can guarantee the security of BlackRock and Charles Schwab's funds. Also, that doesn't mean you can't use cryptocurrency in your regular business dealings. You can retain a reasonable amount for personal use, but many individuals will not invest in this market without an exchange-traded fund, ETF. Clean at all times. No matter how a crypto enthusiast thinks about the business, the objective is to draw in new users and investors. I have a crystal clear vision of ETF's long-term behavior. Leave a comment telling me what you think. Please, once again, like and subscribe. Until next time.